My parents didn't just abandon me, they sold my childhood for a front-row seat to their perfect lives. At 7 I was luggage, dropped at my grandparents' doorstep with a note that read, "We'll be back soon." I wasn't luggage they ever reclaimed. For 13 years I was a ghost in their world, forced to watch their curated happiness unfold on social media, while I pieced together a life from the scraps of their rejection. My name is Ethan, and this is the story of how I survived being pawned off, forgotten, and forced to witness a family that didn't want me. It was 2005, and I was a scrawny kid with a mop of brown hair and a stubborn belief that my parents would come back. Mom and Dad were young, barely out of their teens when they had me, and their dreams were bigger than our cramped apartment in Chicago. Dad wanted to be a musician. Mom chased modeling gigs. They said they needed space to grow. But I didn't know that meant leaving me behind. Grandma Ruth and Grandpa Joe, with their creaky farmhouse in rural Illinois, became my new world. The note pinned to my jacket promised a temporary stay, but days turned to weeks, then years. The phone calls dwindled, replaced by postcards with vague apologies. Tours extended, buddy? Or big shoot in LA, will visit soon. Grandma Ruth was a fortress of love, her calloused hands always warm, her kitchen smelling of fresh bread. She'd hug me tight, whispering, "You're enough, Ethan." Grandpa Joe, quieter, taught me to fix tractors and fish in the creek, his weathered face softening only when he thought I wasn't looking. They were my anchors, but the ache of abandonment never faded. Every night, I'd check my parents' MySpace, then Facebook, watching their lives sparkle, Dad's band gigs, Mom's photo shoots, their new apartment, their new friends. They were thriving and I was invisible. By 10 I'd learned to hate the notifications. Every post was a dagger. Living our best life. With a photo of them laughing at a beach I'd never seen. They'd send birthday cards with cash but never a call. Once, Mom posted a video of her laughing at a party, captioned, "Free at last." I cried myself to sleep that night, wondering what I'd done to make them so happy without me. Grandma found me curled up by the computer, her face crumpling as she pulled me close. "They're fools, Ethan," she said, voice shaking. "Fools who don't see the treasure they left behind." School wasn't much better. Kids in small towns talk, and I was the kid dumped by his parents. I fought back with fists and sarcasm, earning detentions and a reputation. But I was good at math and Grandpa Joe said numbers were my way out. "You don't need them, son," he'd say, pointing to the sky. "You build your own stars." So I studied hard. By high school I was acing classes, running track and helping on the farm. Grandma and Grandpa cheered at every meet, their pride louder than any crowd. Still, I couldn't stop checking my parents' posts, each one a reminder of the family I wasn't part of. 16, everything changed. A message popped up from Mom. "Hey kiddo, we're coming to visit." My heart raced, hope and rage collided. They showed up in a shiny rental car. Dad with tattoos snaking up his arms, Mom in designer sunglasses. They hugged me like we'd seen each other yesterday, but their smiles were plastic. Over dinner they talked about their journey, how they'd found themselves. They didn't ask about my life, my grades, my dreams. Instead, Dad said, "We've got a surprise. We're moving back to Chicago, and we want you to come with us." I froze. Grandma's fork clattered against her plate. Grandpa's jaw tightened. For 13 years they'd raised me, loved me, while my parents partied across the country. Now they wanted me back? I looked at their faces, Mom's eager, Dad's nonchalant, and saw strangers. "Why now?" I asked, voice low. Mom's smile faltered. "We're ready to be a family again," she said. "We've missed you." Missed me? They'd missed my entire childhood. But I'd watched theirs unfold in real time, post by post. That night I couldn't sleep. Grandma sat on my bed, her eyes red. "You don't owe them anything, Ethan," she said. "But you deserve to choose." Grandpa stood in the doorway, silent but steady. I thought about the years of silence, the birthdays ignored, the posts that screamed I wasn't enough. But I also thought about the what-ifs. What if they'd changed? What if I could have the family I dreamed of as a kid? I went to Chicago not because I trusted them but because I needed answers. Their apartment was sleek, modern, filled with photos of their adventures, none of me. They enrolled me in a new school, but it was clear I was an accessory, not a priority. Mom would drag me to her photo shoots, where I'd sit in corners watching her pose for strangers. Dad took me to gigs, but I was there to carry equipment, not to connect. They'd argue at night, loud enough for me to hear, blaming each other for the kid's situation. I realized they hadn't wanted me back, they wanted the idea of me, a prop for their new family image. One night I found a box in their closet, stuffed with unopened letters I'd sent as a kid, drawings, notes, pleas for them to come get me. My heart broke all over again. I confronted them, holding the box like evidence. "You never even read them," I said, voice shaking. Mom cried, saying they were too busy. Dad just shrugged. "We did our best, Ethan." Their best was abandoning me, then forcing me to watch their lives while ignoring mine. I called Grandma and Grandpa, sobbing. They drove 6 hours to get me. When I saw their old pickup pull up, I ran to them, burying my face in Grandma's shoulder. "You're home," Grandpa said, voice thick. I left Chicago that day, vowing never to look back. My parents didn't fight. They posted about their new chapter. The next week, no mention of me. Back at the farm, I found peace. I graduated high school, got a scholarship to study engineering, and built a life rooted in the love Grandma and Grandpa gave me. They taught me family isn't blood, it's who shows up. My parents still post their highlight reels, but I don't check anymore. I've built my own stars, just like Grandpa said. This story isn't just mine. It's for anyone who's been left behind, forced to watch others' lives while piecing together their own worth. What do you think? Were my parents wrong to leave me? Or were they just chasing their dreams? Is blood thicker than water? Or is love the only tie that matters? Share your thoughts, because stories like this demand we question what family, justice, and forgiveness really mean.